Hello again. So today we're looking at factorising quadratics. A quadratic has a highest power of 2. So let's start off with what we know. We know if we expanded x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 4, we would get x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12. And if we simplify that by collecting those two terms there, we would get x squared plus 7x plus 12. So that's a quick recap of expanding the brackets. However, now what we want to look at is putting back into the brackets. So if we look at this next part, thinking back to our last lesson where we saw that we expand to get one view of the expression and we can factorise to get a different view of the expression. Expanding is taking out of the brackets, factorising is putting back into the brackets. So now we're going to factorise x squared plus 7x plus 12, but before we do, I want to show you the format of a quadratic, and the format of a quadratic is this. Ax squared, well the a in this case is just 1, ax squared, plus bx, so our value of b at the moment is 7, plus c, and our value of c in this case is 12. So that's showing the format of a quadratic. So we want to put this back into brackets. So I'm going to put some equals here, pair of brackets, and another pair of brackets. So that's how we start. Let's look at some steps. Step 1 is we show a pair of brackets. Step 2 is we deal with x squared first. We recognise that x squared is the same as saying x multiplied by x. So in this case, we're dealing with the x squared first. So we are going to put an x at the start of each bracket. Step 3 is to get the factors of c. Remember what I said to you a minute ago, 12 is c, it's a positive 12, so we are looking for the factors of c, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. I know we could have all of these as negatives and they'd still make a positive, but because this is a positive, we don't need to do that. Step 4 is we use the factors of c that add together to make b. So if we look at this, 1 add 12 is 13, so it's not that. We're looking for 7. 2 add 6 is 8, so it's not that. 3 add 4 is indeed 7, so we've got the factors of 12 that add together to make b, which is 7. And now we just place those into the brackets. So we have got a positive 3 and a positive 4. So there is a positive 3 and there is a positive 4. And we have just factorised this expression into x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 4. And if you look above, you can see that circle working. Let's have a look at a few examples. So we're going to factorise this first one. Remember, step 1 was to show the brackets. Step 2 was to deal with the quadratic part, or the highest power first. So in this case, a squared. Well, a squared is just a times a. Step 3 was to factorise, well, 1 and 6, 2 and 3, and then to choose the factors that add to make b. Remember, that was c and that was b. So we're choosing these factors to make b. Well, 2 and 3 make 5, so that goes in there. So it's a positive 2 and a positive 3. That's factorised. Question 2, same thing. We write out, first of all, the brackets. We deal with the highest power first. X times x is indeed x squared. We do part c before adding to find part b. So factors of 15, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. We find the factors of 15 that add to give us b. Well, that is 3 and 5, and they go straight into the bracket, and that is factorised. Same again. So we have got a squared, a in both, factors of 35, 1 and 35, 5 and 7. 5 and 7 added together make 12. So we've got a positive 5 and a positive 7. Okay, question 4. We do the same again. Brackets first. Deal with the x squared, x in start of each one. Factors of minus 10, remember that's a negative, so 1 and minus 10, 2 and minus 5. You can also have minus 1 and a positive 10 and minus 2 and a positive 5. Remember, we're finding the factors of c that add to give us b. That's a positive 3, so 5 minus 2 or minus 2 plus 5 is 3, so we don't use those ones. So now we have got minus 2 plus 5. So hopefully you can see the principle's the same, just got to be more careful with those signs. Okay, let's do this last page. So we do the same thing. We show the brackets, we deal with the squared first, we find the factors in this case of negative 30. I'll just deal with the 30 as a positive at the moment. So 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. That is a negative. And that is a negative, so I need to make it equal to minus 1. So I need to make the sum of a pair of these equal to minus 1. I can see that 5 and 6 have a difference of 1. So therefore I would have a positive 5 and a negative 6. So I don't need those. So I have got plus 5 minus 6. Looking at question 2, same thing. Show the brackets, deal with the squared. Factors of 30, we've just written those down, so I'll just rewrite them here. So in this case, because this is positive, but this one is negative, to have this as positive, either these are all positive or they are all negative. C is a positive, but B is a negative, then all of these must be negative. And now we're looking for a total of 11. Well, 5 plus 6 is 11. Now with minus 5, minus 6. Again, it's just being mindful of the signs. Question 3, brackets out, deal with the squared. Factors of 12. This is negative, which means one of these is negative, and this is minus 1. So in this case, we have got a positive 3 and a negative 4 because the difference of 3 and 4 is 1. So we are looking at positive 3, negative 4. Let's just finish on a simple one. So again, brackets, deal with the squareds, factors. I'm going to stop there. Straight away, I can see both of these are positive. 21 add 2 is 23. If there are any more factors, there's no reason to write them down because I've got what I need. So in that case, it is positive 2 and a positive 21. And that's factorised. So there you go. Hopefully from this you can now factorise quadratics. Before you leave, please press that subscribe button and then head off to the next lesson, and that will be on looking at the difference of two squares.